1981 saw the release of one of his most ambitious films to date, The Antichrist of Monte Cristo, a swashbuckling tale set in Europe. For his first film of the new decade, he returned to Harlech, as well as filming in the Netherlands, set at Roldock Abbey. The film, a tale of brotherly revenge and demons set in the 1800s, had its premiere in Harlech in 1981, and some of the stars of the day came to the screening, such as Rusty Lee, John Leslie and Bonnie Langford. In making this documentary, we visited several of the filming locations, as well as interviewing stars and fans of the film. So, I hear that you first met him when you were a child extra in a film called The Antichrist of Monte Cristo.
That's correct, yes.
Oh, very interesting film.
Just a small part in that, yes. Yeah, more of a walk-on part more than anything.
Okay.
But it was, it was interesting.
Yeah, and that's how you first met him.
Yeah.
Okay. So, John made a lot of his films in Wales, I believe. And did you ever go out to any of his locations?
Yes, we went out to
Harlech?
Yes, it was, yes. Yeah, we went out there, yes.
Yeah, I went out to Harlech as well for one of his films, and I quite enjoyed that myself.
Just like the ITC TV shows had their owl, or a white car going off the cliff in TV shows like Rutland Hopkirk or The Saint, John Flagg had his own TV stock footage, which was shot at Harlech Castle and Roldock Abbey in the Netherlands. And the upper levels, which were used extensively in the film The Antichrist of Monte Cristo. This upper walkway is where the two brothers had their fight scene in The Antichrist of Monte Cristo. The walls were used in countless other films in the 1980s. The main castle entrance was used in both Oliver's Twist and The Antichrist of Monte Cristo, while the interiors for both films were shot at Roldock Abbey in the Netherlands, for which we will see the crypt in the next segment. And here we have some of the props that were used by some of the extras in the market cabin scene in The Antichrist of Monte Cristo. This is the beautiful Roldock Abbey, where John Flagg made quite a few of his films. One of them being The Antichrist of Monte Cristo, and also Oliver's Tryst. Take a good look around, it's beautiful.
Dit is een decoratiestuk uit de film die John gebruikt en het is een geweldig stuk om bla 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 duidelijk te maken.
So here in Roldock, there are quite a few items around that were used as props and scenes in the film The Antichrist of Monte Cristo.
Dit is prachtig. Dit is zo ongelooflijk prachtig. Kijk eens. Prachtig. Schitterend, John. Oh, prachtig. Echt zo prachtig. Oh, John, het is prachtig, John. Schitterend. Oh, John, je bent geweldig met jouw films. Ik bedoel, die films in de jaren 70, die waren zo. John, je bent geweldig. Ik ben echt de grootste fan van jouw films. Echt top. Het is meesterwerk. Meesterwerk.
Hallo, goeiedag, ik ben Johan en wij staan hier voor een instrument. Het is geen trompet als je ziet, maar het is wel een heel ander instrument van toen in de tijd. We zitten hier in Rolduc en John, die heeft daarop gespeeld. John, je allergoed bekend van zijn films. En kijk, we staan er hier net voor.
Hallo, ik ben Nico en ik geloof het of niet, maar ik sta hier op de set van een van John Flagg's meest ongelooflijke films, Antichrist of Monte Cristo. Echt hier gefilmd in 1954, ongelooflijk. En je moet dat zien, ja. En dan komen ze zo, hè. En ongelooflijk, hè. En daarachter hebben ze ook nog gefilmd. En John Flagg, ongelooflijke kerel. Je moet eens weten wat er allemaal achter de schermen gebeurt. Dus je zult het niet geloven, hè. Maar als je die film ziet, moet je zeker, hij is ondertussen gerestaureerd op Blu-ray verkrijgbaar.
So these corridors were used extensively during John Flagg's films, and as you can see, these beautiful windows cause havoc with the microphones, and they've actually put glass in there now so it's not as windy. Beautiful. To be quiet because we're in an abbey. The sound in here causes havoc with filming. Look at how extensive the ceilings are. Beautiful painting. Down here is the crypt used for filming.
Ik hou van John Flagg films. Echt, vind het echt geweldig. Ik kan me nog goed herinneren dat hier een gevecht in die kelders was. Nou, dat was mijn evenement hoor. Dat ging er echt hard aan toe. Aan de ene kant zou ik dat nog wel een keertje mee willen maken. Aan de andere kant vind ik het ook wel heel gevaarlijk. Geweldig. Het zorgde ervoor dat je het gevoel had dat je leefde. Als ze me zouden vragen, ik zou het meteen wel doen.
I'm here today with Flagg Hello.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you. So here is some of your beautiful collection of watercrafts that you've got in the past. Well, here today I'm actually proud to give you a beautiful picture from the lovely Sheila.
Ooh, thank you.
There you are. Would you like to show it to camera?
I like Sheila.
Oh yes. And also a signed poster from one of the John Flagg films from Sea Zombie.
Great, thanks. Ja, super.
Very good. So, what started your obsession with collecting pictures and autographs?
Ik ging vroeger met mijn vader samen naar de film. En als klein kind, en ik werd echt helemaal opgezogen door die fascinerende wereld die ik zag op het witte doek. Dat is een levenslange obsessie geworden. Vandaar dat ik ook al die films of foto's heb verzameld. En tot op de dag van vandaag ben ik gek op films en ik kan er geen genoeg van krijgen. Ik vind het echt geweldig.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to meet you today, Frans.
Graag gedaan.
Meet again soon.
Is goed.
Thank you very much.
Ja. You're welcome. Ja.
In keeping with the rest of his films from his earlier career, the film Antichrist has now vanished. It is believed that it was left in one of the many buildings now buried under the sand dunes of Wales. 1981 also saw the release of another odd film, Looking for Urquhart, an adventure story about a missing tribe. This flopped at the cinema, and so did his quick turnaround film Handbags at Dawn. Filmed in a cinema verite style in Stoke, the story of forbidden love between two women in the 1970s was daring in its handling of the subject, yet the odd title did little to raise it above a novelty. The script was pretty terrible, and once again, Flagg used an awful dialogue, including, "He smelled the kettle, or was it fumes?" and, "Is this jazz music? That's why I feel so stressed." It was released in the USA as Spitting Feathers, with an additional scene that has the dialogue, "Shame about your Ken. I hear he's been diagnosed with a glass back." His next one was Handbags at Dawn, and that was a drama, and that was about growing up in Stoke in the 1970s, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. It was a comedy drama.
Okay.
That we did, yes. But sort of fighting over boyfriends and growing up in Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah, a bit like it is still. Yeah, a bit like it is now, to be fair.
Yes, yeah.
News of a drug scandal rocked the film world, but it was short-lived and all forgot about by 1983. And his first success in Cannes was the ethereal film Claire of the Moon. This was a film about a girl who can hear voices coming from the moon, which also included dream sequences and a song and dance routines. Several cast members remember it well, including its main star. So, I believe in the 1980s, about 1983, you appeared as Claire in Claire of the Moon.
I did.
What was that about?
Well, that was, to be honest, I loved it. I mean, I was, crikey, how old was I now? Anyway, that's besides the point. That was about Claire. I played Claire, and she had messages from the moon, or was it somebody in the moon? You never got to understand or realise what it was or where the messages were coming from at the time. Again, another bizarre film. They were getting more bizarre as time went on, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
You seem to have very weird vibes about him, and
I do have weird vibes. I think a lot of people have had weird vibes about him as well. But I did.
Yeah. Excellent. And then that next film was followed by Claire of the Moon, and I believe that was a singing part.
It certainly was. I sang a song about the moon.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, I wasn't Claire of the Moon, but I was kind of Claire's friend, and I was enamoured by the moon, and poor Claire wanted the moon for all to herself.
Yeah, where was that filmed, can you remember?
That was filmed in Harlech Castle. I don't know if you know it.
Oh yeah, beautiful place, yeah.
Lovely place.
Yeah. Oh.
So that was really nice, and just sort of a bit haunting, but dramatic at the same time. Yeah.
Beautiful place, yeah. This is where the dream sequence took place in Claire of the Moon.
Oh, hello. I'm Tony Johnson. I'm here for a convention for, the said person that we all admire, an amazing actor. So there's a group of us here. We're showing some of his earlier films and not some of the later 70 ones, which went a little bit, shall we say, sort of Confessions of a Window Cleaner, a bit like that, when there was a bit of a hard time that they're going through. But then there was like Renaissance, if I remember rightly, late 80s, and a bit more, sort of leaning towards Ken Russell, slightly edgy, and I really like that sort of work. And now, obviously, they're a cult, so what else can I say, really? It's amazing. So here we are. We're at the Bull. And this is where, if you'll know, look at some of the sort of architecture and scenery around, it's where they filmed Claire of the Moon. And Claire has actually been here. I know Claire. She's a really, really good friend of mine, and we've had a few cocktails here, shall we say, and I think we'll leave it there.
Oh, I finally made it to the stage of John Flagg. We are filming here, right here. I'm so glad we finally made it. I can't wait to film again.